Hey, hola, namaste, bonjour, ça va? Welcome to the Lost Canuck Barbecue channel. Now, as you can see, I got my cooking hat on, and it means one thing. We're gonna have some fun cooking. Hey, we're gonna take this pork belly, a relatively inexpensive cut of meat I picked up at Sam's. We're gonna turn it into this super delicious, easy pork belly burnt ends. Stay tuned. And for my Hispanic viewers, a mis amigos que hablan español, los subtítulos debajo. And for my Hindi friends, Nietzsche subtitles. All right, so let's roll that intro. All right, what I've got here, what I have here, is a pork belly I picked up at Sam's. You can get them at Costco, Sam's. This one's, what, 5 pounds? And they're relatively inexpensive. I think Costco's got them for $3.99 a pound. This one was actually a little more, $4.19. A little more expensive. So this was 20 bucks, okay? So, really easy to make, simple to do. So let's get this out of the package. And I'm going to actually, the secret here is I'm going to make it 2 ways for the family tonight. One with, each with a different kind of barbecue sauce, okay? So, hey, all you want to do is just pat off some of the excess liquid that may have been in that cryovac package. Okay, so if you look at the side view of this, you can see this pork belly is what they make bacon out of, okay? Now, I'm super familiar with making bacon because that's part of my livelihood. I design fully cooked and ready to cook automated bacon lines as one of the things I design. I'm in the meat industry. But anyways, if you look at this, you know, you want to get a piece that has some meat on the middle. This one's good. A little thin on the one end, but it's got a nice fat cap, which we'll talk about in a second. So we're all patted off, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this into strips and then cube it into about 1.5 inch strips. And then we're gonna put some binder on it and then our rubs on it. Then I'm gonna put it in the fridge for a few minutes to dry brine. Then we're gonna throw her out on the smoker. So let's get started. Okay, so what would be the best way to strip this? Probably this way. It's already cut. Okay, so that looks like a good place to start. And I put this in the freezer for about 30 minutes before I did this. Just makes it a little easier. And I'm using my little Shun boning knife. And if you're interested in my knife, and there should be a little link that pops up next to the bottom there if you're interested. Okay, and I'm making it on my my little Drip Easy cutting board. Really like this thing, and you'll see why in a minute when I put the rubs and the binder on. Strip that way. Do I have enough for this? A couple smaller pieces, I guess. And I should be using cutting gloves. I always say that, and I never have them. You're gonna see a big stabbing accident here one of these days. Okay, so now we have our strips. Now what we want to do is cube them. Now, if they're not perfectly square, it's okay. They're just ending up in our belly anyways. Okay.
From one belly to another.
From one belly. Exactly. The videographer made a good comment. It's from one belly, to another. So some of our burnt ends are going to be a little bigger than others, but like I say, I'm a bigger guy and got a big mouth, so I'll be able to eat this. Plus, don't forget, these shrink up when you cook them a bit. Okay, now that you have them all cubed up like this, we're going to put some binder on. I'm going to flip up the side here to hold the binder in place while we mix it all up, okay? So, we're going to
cut it first.
So we can get, we cut it first so that we can get binder on all the edges, okay? You want your binder and your rub on to penetrate the meat from all sides. So you want to expose as much surface area as you can. Just makes it extra yummy. And all I'm using is French's classic yellow mustard. Look, if you don't want to use binder, we've had this discussion many times in the past, you don't need to use it. Okay, I like to use it. It's easy to use. Just put enough on there to coat all the surfaces. Okay, now we're just gonna mix this up. So, next step, we're going to put our base layer of rub on and then our top layer of rub on. So, for this, I'm going to use, it's from SuckleBusters, it's called Tailgater's Party Barbecue Rub. Right? Oh, no, it's called Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub from SuckleBusters, okay? They sell this stuff, and there'll probably be a link down below if you're interested in that. Now this stuff is going to make me cough usually, so it probably makes the videographer cough. Coat this is good. This is just basically salt, pepper, garlic, but there's a lot of garlic in here. And like I said, this is just the base layer. I'm going to put our Meat Church rub as the final coat. We've got our top coat down. This is really good stuff. It's called The Gospel by Meat Church. Excellent all-purpose rub. Goes on everything. I like it on pork. So, and it's got really nice color. So when I smoke this, the color will really pop. Okay. It's got nice color. Now you don't have to be too shy using this stuff, because this is your top coat. You want to make sure everything is coated well. And I like this little Drip Easy prep tub because it keeps all your mess on this side of your kitchen. And whatever's on your board, you can just soak it up that way too. And don't worry, we'll do a recap at the end on everything. But if you're following along, we're going to smoke this on the Lone Star Grillz 42-inch pellet smoker. So we'll get lots of smoke on here, that's for sure. Now, if you don't have one of those, you can use whatever you got. This recipe, you can use a Traeger or a Green Mountain or a Camp Chef, or it doesn't matter. Whatever you have, easy peasy to do. Now, my Lone Star will put lots of smoke on there. You may have to change your temperature depending on what kind of equipment you have. Let's transfer this to the cooking rack. Now I've already sprayed the rack with some avocado oil so the meat doesn't stick to it. Now what I like to do is put the meat side down. Okay, so you don't want to put the fat side down or it usually sticks. Yeah, it sticks to your grate, okay? Meat side down. Now if you do it the other way, hey, you do you, I do this. You guys do whatever you like. Make sure there's a gap in between the pieces so that you can, so the smoke goes between them. Now it doesn't have to be a huge gap. Alright, I'm going to put this in the fridge for a couple hours, let it dry brine, let all the spice get into the meat. Then I go fire up the pit. So I'll see you down at the pit when it's time to throw this on. Lost Canuck out. Hey, it's your Lost Canuck here, live and in person from Hudson, Minnesota. I said Minnesota, Wisconsin. Anyways, well, we're here down at the pit. We've let our pork belly marinate in the fridge. Well, not marinate, dry brine in the fridge for about a couple hours now. So the spices have all soaked into the meat. I got the pit here set at 250 degrees. It's my Lone Star Grillz pellet, 42-inch pellet smoker. Got the hopper loaded up with some Lumberjack 100% hickory pellets. So we're going to throw it on here. I don't have my ThermoWorks RFX system in there because, well, the pieces are too small. So we're going to use my Thermapen ONE by ThermaPen. We're going to use my Thermapen ONE by ThermoWorks to check probe tenderness when it's about time. I'm going to let it rock and roll on here for about 3 hours or so because I'm down at 250. So we should be around 180 or so internal temperature. I'll check, and then if it's feeling good, we'll put it into the pan. But let's put some smoke on these things. Okay. So now we're all closed up. It's about almost 3 o'clock, so by 6 o'clock I'll have plenty of smoke on this thing, and we'll probably be eating right around 8 o'clock tonight. So I'll see you here in about 3 hours or so. I'll let you know if it's sooner. Lost Canuck out. All right, and one thing the Lost Canuck forgot was I forgot to put a couple of drip trays underneath here. Try to keep your pit a little clean. And you're saying, hey Lost Canuck, why are you using 2 half pans? Well, wouldn't you like to know? No, I'm just kidding. Well, that's a secret, and you'll find out here later when it's time to do our saucing. So, we'll see you in a few minutes. Hey, it's the Lost Canuck. Well, we're back at the pit. It's been about 4 hours in the smoke at 250. I'm just going to check with my Thermapen ONE here, see what our temps are looking like and how tender everything is. Oh, boy, I don't know if you can see that or not. You're set up on the tripod, but let's check these temps out here. Okay, 177, 176. They're getting a little tender. 180, 180, 190. So they're really tender. 181, 188. Yeah, they're a little tighter back here. Okay, so these are right around 180, 177 to 190. These are perfect temperatures to pull. And we're going to start braising them in the pans. You notice I have 2 pans. Well, that's because I have 2 different sauces. That's right, two different sauces. So let's get the pans off or out. We'll split up the burnt ends into equal portions. I don't know if you can see this. I'll try and put it up to the camera. See the color? It's really nice and smoky. Color turned out really well. All right, so let's go get the butter, which I forgot upstairs. I'm going to run up there and get it. All right, well, I'm back with the butter, which I forgot. And it's an important ingredient. Don't you guys forget it. So let's take this is one of those pieces of Kerrygold butter that I've sliced up with my little harp slicer. We're going to put pads, there's about half of it right there. Dogs are really interested in this. And don't leave your butter out on the counter because this is what's going to happen. It's all going to stick together. It's about half right there. Okay, now that you got your butter on there, we're going to take some Meat Mitch Naked Womp sauce. we're just going to drizzle that over top, and then we're going to cover it with foil. So you don't need a ton of sauce because we're going to sauce this again after. So this is sauce number 1. Just cover your pieces up with them. There we go. There, now if you got a cover for these half pans, they work too. Alright, so I'm just going to leave this on the bottom shelf like that. Now we're going to do the other half. So we're going to take our pieces, place them in the pan. Now this pan still has some of the fat from the rendering. And again, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but smoke on there looks really nice. So now we're done with our butter. Okay, so now I'm going to get a local sauce, one of my faves. My family doesn't like mustard sauce so much. I do. This is Lightfield Barbecue. It's their 24K mustard barbecue sauce. And it's made right here in the Twin Cities area. Actually, I'll tell you where it's made. It is made in Falcon Heights, Minnesota. So if you're in the Minnesota, Wisconsin area, you can order this from Lightfield. It's really good stuff. Not saying the Meat Mitch is bad, but this is also pretty good. And remember, we're going to pull these out and sauce them here in a bit anyways. So let's foil up the second pan. So we're set on both pans. I'm going to put my pitmaster gloves back on. These are actually, I should have been wearing these. These are good to 450. They're made by Hey Grill Hey. Shout out to Susie. Good job on the gloves. Okay, so now, alright, so everything's foiled. We've got our sauce and butter in the pans, drizzled. We're going to turn this up to 300 degrees. Probably for an hour and a half. Time is at 6. So by about 7:30, I'm going to pull the foil back, probe it. It should be probe tender by then. And you want the temperature right around 200 in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull them, sauce them a little bit more, put them on the wire racks again, and then caramelize it and eat. So I'll see you when it's time to pull them and sauce them. See you in a minute. Hey, it's the Lost Canuck, your average, everyday backyard barbecue kind of guy. So we're down at the pit. I've had it running at 300, braising for about an hour and a half at 300 because it's in a pan and it doesn't matter about getting smoke on it. Let's take a look inside. Just going to check some temps here. I want to melt my thermometer. And we're almost into the final phase here. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so what we're gonna do, yeah, we're into the 200s now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is mix this up a little bit, just like this. Try not to splash it. Yeah, try not to do that. And then what we're gonna do is individually place each piece onto the pan, and then we're going to put sauce on them. So oh, this is the mustard sauce. Okay, so this is the mustard sauce, so we'll put the mustard sauce on this side, and we'll put the Meat Mitch on the other side. Our dog would burn his mouth if I gave him that. Okay, actually we're going to save that, and I like to use this to clean the grills off, take some of the heavy stuff off. Okay, so now this is the Meat Mitch sauce. Oh yeah. And we'll just put our burnt ends that are going to get the rest of the Meat Mitch over here. Darn, I almost said something bad on YouTube, and that would be bad because we're a PG-13 channel. Or actually, we're rated G. We're a G-rated channel. So, no swearing allowed. So what we're going to do is the Meat Mitch was on the left side. Put a little more of the sauce on here. Just brush it on. And who knew, but ThermoWorks makes a nice little sauce brush. And again, I'm right-handed, so this is very awkward. Okay, so we're just going to brush some more sauce on some of the sides. Now we're going to do the mustard sauce and get that on there. Okay, we're going to take my Lightfield mustard sauce and put the mustard on here, on these ones. And I'll brush that in as a glaze, and then we're going to let this all set up at about 300 for maybe 10 minutes, okay? So I got the Meat Mitch on there. I'm just going to brush this mustard sauce on here because I know it's got a high melting point, because when you saw me take off the foil, it really didn't melt in too much. Try and get it on all the sides if you can. And again, using my ThermoWorks sauce brush. Good stuff. They make a nice silicone sauce brush. Okay. Alright, everything's sauced up again. I don't want to burn my hand. Oh, this isn't hot. So I'm just going to put this back on here and leave this on here for about 10 minutes to let everything caramelize, set up. Okay, so I'm going to let this set up for about 10 minutes, caramelize, and then it'll be time to pull these off and eat them. So I'll see you in 10. Alright, well, lost Canuck here. It's been about 10 minutes. We're sitting right around 300 degrees. Let's take a quick look and see what, ooh boy, those look like money. Smoke's really stuck to them. They look like burnt ends. There's the Meat Mitch. There's my mustard sauce. Oh, let's get these upstairs and get them up on the cutting board, and we'll have a little taste. See you upstairs. Hey, it's the Lost Canuck. Well, we're back up at the cutting board. I got my mustard sauce burnt ends here and my Meat Mitch Womp sauce burnt ends over here. They're probably really hot. I'm going to go grab some gloves, and we're going to do a little taste test. So hang on a second. Alright, well, we're back. I got my gloves. We're going to try, let's take a look at one of these pieces here. Really juicy. They just come apart in your hand, basically. Got a nice smoke, bit of a smoke ring on them. That's the Meat Mitch one. There's the fat. Well, they're hot. Let me just try a little taste here. Okay. Lost Canuck wouldn't lie to you. These are good. Really good. That's the Meat Mitch. Maybe our videographer wants a little piece. It's hot.
Oh.
You like it?
It's like candy. That's good.
It's like meat candy. Let's take a little piece of this. This is the mustard sauce one. I'm just going to open it up, see if you can see it. It's fully cooked. I temp checked everything. It was like 203. So, well, let's try the mustard. This is the ones for me. I like the mustard sauce. It's also very good. There's one for the videographer. So if you like sweet or you like savory, mustard sauce is more savory. Meat Mitch is more sweet. Pick your poison. They're both great. And super easy to make. So, look, in conclusion, simple to make. Pork bellies are fairly inexpensive. I got mine at Sam's. You can get them at Costco or your local butcher shop. They run around $3.99 a pound normally. Maybe you can get yours cheaper. I would do this again. So let's recap how we did this, okay, just briefly. So we cut the pork bellies into cubes, put some binder on them, put your favorite rub on them. Now you can choose any rub that you like to use. I used a SuckleBusters one and a Meat Church one. Then I smoked mine. Now again, your smoke times may vary depending on your pit, but on my Lone Star Grillz 42-inch pellet smoker, I smoked these at 250 for 4 hours. Okay, and then I took them off, put them in the pan, put the butter and the glaze on them. Now some people use brown sugar. I didn't do that because I'm diabetic. Foiled them back up, let them simmer for 2 more hours at 300 degrees. I took them off. You saw me sauce them, and then I left them on there for 10 minutes just to let the sauce set up on it. And that's it. So what's the 6 hours and 10 minutes basically it took once you do this. So if you put them on at 11 a.m., you got them in time for supper. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. Now look, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe and like button. It really helps the channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, don't forget to hit that notify me bell when new content comes out. I'll put the bell that should appear right about here. And hey, we've hit 300 followers on Instagram. I'm going to put my QR code for Instagram up here if you're interested. It also helps out a great deal. So follow me on Instagram. I post things all the time, fun and exciting things. I'll have some posts about this, maybe some photos, that kind of stuff. And look, if you're interested in any of the stuff that was used in today's video, like my cutting board, these Hey Grill Hey gloves, which I really like, the wire mesh screens, any of that stuff, knives, check out my store below. I've got affiliate links below for a lot of the things. There's grinders, there's slicers, there's all the stuff you need to become a meat master. Okay, not saying that I'm just a regular, average, everyday backyard barbecue kind of guy, but that nice equipment really helps. Okay, so I'm going to put some content up here, some playlists, so I'd appreciate it if you check those out too. We're going to eat supper now, so remember, Boss Canuck says, be kind to each other. Take care. Bye-bye.